Hey guys, welcome to March Tarotscope. It's the 28th today, obviously, and we've got the 1st of March tomorrow, but we've also got on the 2nd of March, we've got a new moon in Pisces. And I don't know how you guys have been feeling this last few days, certainly the last 4 or 5 days. The tension's been quite high, and whatever it is we've been dealing with, some of us have found it quite difficult. Not everybody, of course, it will depend on your sensitivity, but it has been quite trying in some way or another. Aquarian energy, of course, has still got this Aquarian moon. At the end of the day, you know, it allows for a degree of detachment, which I think is very, very important. And my feelings generally are that that's not a bad thing to do when you're feeling stressed. Just take yourself off, just steady yourself, guys. We've got quite a lot of Pisces energy, certainly this lovely Jupiter in Pisces, which is very much peace and love in my view, and hopefully an expansion of that globally with everything we've got going on. But I'm just going to concentrate on this and see what we've got coming through. Fairly new deck this, guys, so I don't want to rock the table, so that's the reason I'm not doing any major shuffling here on the table. And let's see what we've got. Okay, one last twist, I think. Okay, thank you. Whoa, put them all back. It's a genuine jump, isn't it? So let's see. Okay, I'm done. First things first. Right, okay, interesting. This is interesting, this for energy, because for me it is talking about holding back in some way, or taking, you know, we'll look at this and say we're being miserly with money. I mean, that's a common viewpoint about this card, but for me, you know, I think that we're just hanging on to the structure that we've built to a degree. Or, you know, to gain sanity, certainly with this energy that we've got in the sky at the minute. And we did have Mercury that came out of a retrograde on the 2nd of February, but obviously Mercury's in shadow for a long time after that. I'm not quite sure. I'm sure we've got a void of course moon actually at the moment, or we yesterday or today, but it's been difficult. But the good news is that Mercury's not going to go retrograde again for quite some time, guys, so yeah, that in itself is a positive. Mercury being you know, can be a bit of a trickster, can't he, sometimes, especially when he's playing with the mind. And don't forget, again, we've had all of this mind game with information, and one could argue and say that's that, but this, if I take it on a more personal level, it can also be doing with affairs of the heart or anything that we're dealing with. The Hanged Man is interesting because it does talk about a degree of suspension in life, and I think all of us are in that. And I always think that when we need to sort of step away from situations and sort of reflect a little bit, which is what the energy of this 6 is about, you know, a degree of reflection here, and going back in and looking at, you know, what needed to change or what needed to be how can I put this to you, worked on. You know, I've always believed that, you know, if it is a personal relationship that you're dealing with here, or whoever it is your relationship, you know, you're relating to, and I say that because, you know, we've got a lot of sort of Venusian energy in the sky, we've got a lot of Venus energy in the sky, we've got the Taurus energy, of course, with the Uranian, which can be a little bit, you know, it's very much about transforming talents on one level, but it's also about transforming love on another level, you know, and I've always believed that, you know, we have to change someone so much, you know, if we demand that they change so much, or they demand that we make major changes, which are not balanced. You know, if I take the Venus energy of Libra, and where we've had to over compromise in some way, then maybe it's time for us to detach from that. Okay, and this is saying a degree of sort of going a bit more self-contained, this energy, I think, with this with it being a pentacle, so a little holding back a little bit you know, and thinking, hang on, you know, I need to reflect on this, I need to look at this. Wow, very interesting. Now we've got this Seven of Cup again. There's a lot of emotion on the table here now with this 6 and 7. And the 7 for me talks about, I'm not going to be delusional about something anymore. Now, whether or not this is money, whether or not it is, you know, your very personal life, guys, I can't be delusional about it. And let's not forget that because we've got such a lot of Pisces in the sky at the moment, guys, you know, this can be, well, it can be quite a confusing time. And we have got this new moon, nevertheless, coming up in Pisces. And of course we've got Virgo on the axis there as well. So Virgo is normally a hermit energy in the tarot, although he's not on the table at the moment, but there's a hermit energy involved with that. And I think, again, this is talking about going into the self, really looking very, very hard at what it is we feel that we need to do. If there's been woundings, you know, if there's been harsh words, if there's been you know, abrupt endings, so on and so forth, where we've left things that are unsaid, for instance. Maybe this is a time where we have to, you know, look deeply into ourselves, recognise what was an illusion, and how we have deluded ourselves, all right, about something, and now we need to act upon it. All right, so we've got 2 knights on the table here. So how do we act upon that? That's actually very interesting. Wow, yeah. I want to say, let's move away from this situation where we've got this, what I call my 3 o'clock in the morning energy. You know, we don't want this headache anymore. We need to resolve it, all right? And the thing about Neptunian energy as well, you know, Pisces energy, Pisces does dissolve situations, all right? It can transcend a situation, it can help in that way. But my feelings generally are that we just got to work it out, guys, with this sword energy. You've got to go deep and find out, wow, this is interesting. And because, again, it's coming forward reversed, I turn it upside down. This is not a time anymore. We've had the relaxation, right? And we're certainly going to have a degree of you know, chilling out time, I think, with this new moon. However, it is a new moon, so, you know, it's like new ideas, new creativity. So where we may have been dealing with this sort of mess stuff, right, then maybe this is the time to act upon it. We're not, sorry, I'll just move the camera a little bit for you guys, that's better. So this may be a time for us to act upon it, yeah, and then we've got no more of these sleepless nights. Do you get my drift here? So whatever it is that we're dealing with, guys, whether it is finances, whether it is, you know, emotional, whatever's going on, we can't sit on our laurels now. You know, this is a time where we are going to start to go forward. And I think a lot of that is to do with where we've really been questioning and working with the higher self. Interesting. All right. King of Pentacles. Now we come from the Knight to the King, all right, but he is coming forward reversed, okay. So it may well be that he's not being as generous and as you know, in love, business, anything else as he may have, you know, you may have wanted him to be. Wow. And at the end of the day, again, it's almost like, my feelings are that you can stand alone if you want to, right? So whatever this is about, now whether or not it's your business life, whether or not you want to get into, you know, something new, guys, whether or not, you know, you're now thinking, and this, you know, you've taken this sort of Aquarian time, you know, February period to sort of really sort of detach from everything that's been going on and really reassess. And, you know, I'd like to think that, you know, I use the word awakening with Aquarian energy. You know, it's about realization. It's about, you know, it's the higher octave of Gemini. You know, it's that real realization, you know, when you get the information, Gemini, and then, you know, you swap it onto this higher octave. Wow, I can't believe it. The star, this is an Aquarian energy. Hi guys, sorry about that, I'm going to have to edit it. I actually got cut off there, but yeah, just coming back to this. So yeah, we come from the Knight to the King here. We're sort of growing. We're recognising that we can restructure, that we, you know, going into the self here, pulling back a little bit, seeing a bigger picture, certainly with this energy of the star down here, and is allowing us to, you know, think, right, we've got to act upon that. And this is this energy here, as I said, coming forward reverse. It's not a time for sitting on the laurels, and I think that we've gone into this sort of that higher self energy and thought a lot about it. Again, King of Wands, loving it. So we've got two kings here. Okay, and I'm going to be honest with you, as I'm looking at this, if we were interpreting it on a more personal level, which we certainly could, not being delusional, you know, not falling for this, you know, swift action, you know, needing to, you know, not falling for this sort of not making a swift action because it's causing a problem. All right, so I don't want anything that's going to come rushing in and then rush out again as well. We need to look at that. All right, so we've got to have something that is solid, that is structured, certainly with these energies down here. But there is certainly this sensation of realisation coming through that things are going to change now. And, you know, there's no point in hiding from it. It's now about acting upon it. Okay, and that's my feeling. Right, again, money. Okay, this is good. It did come reversed. All right. So again, forgive me, but if it is finances or money, it's almost like I don't want any. I'm tired of it. You know, I'm tired of all of this juggling. I'm tired of all of this nonsense. Right. So let's get into this moon. Let's get creative. Let's decide what it is that we need to do. Queen of Wand energy is very solid, right? It is a very solid energy. I like Wand energy, and I always see this is a gentle fire energy. It's a gentle fire energy. You know, this is not an Aries energy. It's just a very gentle fire energy, all right? I mean, Sagittarius is often said to be a sword energy as well, but for me, you know, there's gentleness in this, right, but there's solid sense in it as well. So you know what you need to do. We are looking for justice, we're looking for balance. This is very Libran, bearing in mind that this new moon that's coming up on the 2nd is going to be happening in that 7th house, and obviously the moon moves through the houses fairly swiftly, but it is going to be happening in the 7th house. And of course we've got areas also to do with Jupiter in there in Pisces, and Jupiter, you know, on a more mundane level can talk about judicial laws, right? So it could be contractual again, guys. So if it's work, if it's relationships, if it's finances, I cannot believe it. And look what you bring. This is that polarity of Virgo. So again, that going into the self. And I think that this Aquarian energy has allowed us to do that. Okay, so having sort of held back, sort of stepped away, been miserly, yes, yeah, we could talk about that with money, but also sort of thinking, hang on a minute, I don't want anyone to come in here and upsetting my security, or, you know, I need to sit in my comfy chair. But I think that what that's allowed us to do is to think, really, about what it is that we need to break away from, what it is that we need to transcend, okay? And what it is that we need not to be delusional around anymore. So forgive me, I've talked about the polarities before, and this is very much about, you know, when I talk about Scorpio energy, death, sex and taxes, actually, and I'm giggling when I say that to you, but it is very much about death, sex and taxes. Is Plutonian energy on, you know, when we're talking about a mundane world that we live in. Obviously it's very soul energy as well. It's a metamorphic energy. So I think that let's sort out the mundane and we get some soul growth coming through. And I think also as well, you know, I was talking to a couple of young clients, and my son actually being one of them, and he was talking about ego death, you know. And I think a lot of us have been going through this energy, and you know, this for me is, on a global level, is the age of Aquarius, you know, where the ego death, if you like, is all part and parcel of it. But if we're talking about, um, as I said, the more mundane, to do with work and to do with, earning money and falling in love and all of these energies, then yeah, we need to reassess. We need to look at it. We need to be honest with each other. I think it is about honesty as well. And we've got some real parties going on, in the sky at the minute. We've got quite busy houses, as far as Venus, Mars, Pluto, so on and so forth in Capricorn, and of course that's in that fifth house. This new moon. The new moon will come in about 6:30, UK time. I think 6:30ish, maybe 5:30 for the UK. But around that sort of later in the afternoon. So this is when this new moon's coming. But I do feel that, there is this. It's going to be all right? But we have to be careful. When we've got this Jupiter energy in the sky as well, because we've got Jupiter really, it's not, I work with a 10-degree orb, and it's about 12 degrees actually. So, my feelings are, it's there, and it is combined with this Pisces energy, and of course the Pisces is this new moon that we've got coming up. So Jupiter's up there. Now, whatever it is you're dealing with, Jupiter does have a habit of magnifying and intensifying, certainly, but the opportunity, as I said, because Jupiter is in Pisces, it's all of that peace and love. Let's try and let it go, let's try and dissolve it and resolve it. But the bottom line is we have to be fair to the self, and if we've overcompromised, or we feel that we've not been given back what we've ultimately put in the pot, if you like. It's like, you put your money in the bank, you expect loyalty and a degree of interest, and if that's not been happening, guys, then maybe that's something that we need to examine. Okay, so wherever you are this month, very much so, if you need to go into yourself, I certainly have. We need to think about what we really want to do, going back with latent talents as well, I think, with this, latent talents, things that we used to do before, for instance, that we really enjoyed doing. So whatever's going on in your lives, guys, and it's still going on globally, and I know that I have other clients, they're not just UK clients, I've got clients in America, I've got clients in Canada, Australia, I've got clients in over in Poland as well. I've got some Polish clients. So wherever you're listening from, guys, just see this as part of this sort of, this sort of colon cleanse that I've been talking about. It's a global colon cleanse, and it is about ego death. I mean, I think this whole thing is about ego death, guys. Like recognising who we are and recognising who we definitely are not, and that is very much Scorpio energy. So if you've been in a job that you really hate and you don't like it, if you've been in a house, you've been in a relationship that's not right, I think that this Aquarian month has been a time where there's been realisation, and now with this new moon we're able to sort of dissolve and resolve as we go forward. So whatever's been going on, whoa, well, those two definitely wanted to come, guys, so we've only got another one to come off the top, whoa, and that's just happened for me as well, so that's great. So let's get these over very, very carefully. Oh, I have 3, so I'm going to take this one here and put it to the side, and let's see what we've got. Okay, wow, here we go. This Prince of Wands energy here, guys, so getting on with it. Knights are all about action. Sword energy at the end of the day, it looks quite fierce indeed, but sword energy is about intellectual exchange as well. It's about thinking. It's about it's your Gemini energies and your Mercury energies. So Gemini and Virgo. Now we have got Virgo, as I said, we've got Virgo energy on that ascendant. So yeah, I mean, if we're looking at this, and I'm intuiting, don't forget, I'm an intuitive. So yeah, and look, wow, Queen of Cups can certainly be an emotional tension here, lots of tension, but the resolve, the resolution, right? You bring the King of Swords, okay, and he was actually coming out reverse, so I'm going to put him upright. So the King of Swords energy, this is about really finding that balance. Sword energy, the King of Swords is a man who, you know, of a degree of intellectual power. He comes forward as an advisor, could be Dr. Lawyer Wawa Chief, all right, but he did come forward in an upside down position. So I feel that maybe we're not going to get all the answers quite now, but I do feel that if we can chill out with this Pisces moon, you know, it's a new moon though, so yeah, getting creative, really thinking about where we want to be, sort of filling ourselves up with love, guys, which is really important at the moment as well. Wow. And the card that came out that I didn't actually need is the Queen of Pentacles. So again, I've just got to say it, emotions, money, again, information, all of the energies are here. The only thing that we've got missing as far as the four are concerned is the element of money, if you like, the earth energies. So interestingly enough, new moon in Pisces, nothing earthed about Pisces, but this is telling me keep your lead boots on, guys, you know, stay solid, put yourself first in some ways. I think you need to do that, you know, you need to stand solid and think, hang on, you know, this is a time where I have to make change. I've got to do it, and I will do it. So whatever it is you're dealing with, whoever it is you're waiting on, if it's information, doctors, lawyers, whatever this is, at the end of the day, now is the time to act upon it. So you've got these knights coming in, but this of course came reversed as well. So no point now, we're not sitting on our laurels anymore. It's going to come together. Alright guys, I hope that's helped you. If you would like a private reading from me, please get in touch with me. You know how to do that. Either come via the website, you can get me on WhatsApp. I think I'm still on Instagram, but the numbers are on the website, so you can come via WhatsApp, as I said, or Messenger, Facebook, and PM me. Okay, take it easy guys. I'm sending you lots and lots of love, and have a good March, and I'll catch up with you mid-month with another report. Bye now.